thanking him. Professor Khalil Kumbadi has invited me to be a keynote speaker today. So I'm very privileged. Thank you so much, sir, for you giving me this opportunity. I also have two mentors in my life, and I will share with you guys being an entrepreneur, why and how it is important to have mentors in your life. Gulam Nabeen Morai, which is the CEO of Mehran TV, and also, of course, my husband, Gulam Muhyiddin Memon, who's also a film therapist and also a businessman. So these are influential people in my life who have guided me through my career and every single thing that I have achieved and done and continue to do it. All right. So entrepreneur. First of all, that's the biggest question. Okay, what is entrepreneur? Entrepreneur chahe आखिर केड़ो reason आद असा entrepreneur बने पाने के सदाई दा. Well, entrepreneur are the people who have a business idea and they are ready to take some risk. They're ready to try to see if those ideas will work. They evaluate the market needs, and based on that, they take risks. Well, entrepreneur can be a small business, or it can be a scalable startup, or it can be a large companies or entrepreneurship. I don't know if you guys know about that, but large companies such as Amazon TVO, yeah, Asanjo, Google TVO, they all are big companies which have sub companies within them, and they provide the opportunity to their employees, to their people, to have small businesses within them, so they can be profitable as well, and they can also provide. Hello. Sorry, I heard a little interruption in the middle. So, okay, good. All right. So, yeah, large companies such as the Amazon TVO, Google TVO, yeah, Sanjeev, Walt Disney TVO, उन्हें जे अंदर नंढड़ी नंढड़ी small companies हूंदियूं आहिनि जेके इलाही expert हूंदा आहिनि पंहिंजी fields में ऐं उहे provide कंदा आहिनि very expert work towards their big companies to give them a successful growth in the companies. Rather than the company which has a small sectors and departments and stuff, it's better to divide them into a small companies, and but it eventually help and benefit the whole big company. All right. Well, what is a robotic engineering then? We talked about entrepreneurship, and now what is the robotic engineering? But robotic engineering right now is incorporating big time AI. AI is artificial intelligence, which is collaborated with robotics. जीअं छो छो जे जेका बि तव्हां नयूं गाॾियूं ॾिसो था, नयूं शयूं ॾिसो था, ड्रोन्स ॾिसो था, जेके बि नयूं टेक्नोलॉजी अची रही आहे अॼुकल्ह, उनमें AI जो वॾो हथ आहे. So when we are combining these two sectors together, robotics engineering with the AI provides us flexibility, learning features, artificial intelligence जो त इहो ई वॾो feature आहे, ease of execution कि असां कीअं नंढड़ा सा वॾा सा टास्क जेके आहिनि उहे जल्दी सां करे सघूं ऐं efficiently करे सघूं. And then also labor खे reduce करे थो and save करे थो time इलाही सारो. So those are the couple of things that robotic engineering has provided, and we know that robotic engineering these days in every single field of you can think of. For example, जीअं असांजो medical field आहे, engineering field आहे, agriculture field आहे, name any field, हर field में असांखे अॼुकल्ह robotics ऐं engineering जो concept अची रहियो आहे. मुंहिंजो हींअर इंटरेक्शन थियो जीअं मां ॿुधायो त मूं वटि किड्स रोबोटिक अकेडमी आहे. उन रोबोटिक अकेडमी में असां ॿारनि खे छा पढ़ाईंदा आहियूं? We teach from 3 years to 6 all the way to the high school students. ऐं उन खां पोइ we also train teachers for those schools as well. ऐं मां इंटरनेशनल रोबोटिक जज बि रही आहियां competition जे लाइ since 2012, and I've been involved in robotics industry since 2007. So I'm also certified professional educator from Carnegie Mellon. So ये सब शयूं, why am I telling you all of these? is because robotics is in the need these days. So anybody who's thinking ke asa the medical field mein ho ya asa the agriculture field mein ho, even music field, take any name, robotics is there, AI is there. These days, people are creating simulators for even the construction companies, for even the medical surgeries. So those simulators and all of these are required, and how they are operated is through the robotic engineering. So it doesn't matter अगर तहाँ IT field में आयो, engineering field में आयो, किसी भी field में आयो, robotics exists, and it is gonna be a very top. It is changing the world dramatically. We don't have time anymore कि असां पाकिस्तान में वेट करे सोचूं ना होल के और ॾिसूं असांजो करियर कीअं थो बने. We don't have time. We have to do, and we have to move now, so we can compete with the world. And I will tell you a little more about it. कि don't be disappointed. इन्हनि ॿिन्ही शयुनि सां छा थो थिए जो ॿिन्ही entrepreneur and robotics खे मिलाई करे तव्हां जेको बि कयो था, what are some of the benefits? Well, it is high potential for growth. असांजी कंपनीज़ जो इलाही growth margin वधी वञे थो, छो जे rapidly कम थिए थो, fast pace ते थिए थो, value वधे थी, because there are not many robotic simulators and companies out there to perform any job like this. So इहो बि चवंदसि त उन जे लाइ छा skills खपनि था. असां robotics में त वञो, छा skill खपनि था. As me, as a Kids Robotic Academy owner and the Kids Robotic Foundation जी founder, what we do is we provide the opportunities as a foundation. We provide opportunities to a lot of kids teams to come together and present their research work. On the research work basis, we learn a lot from kids, because of course kids have a better brain than all of us. So we learned a lot with that. Involvement ॿारनि जी बि थिए थी, growth थिए थी. So असां future के जेके बि challenges हूंदा उन्हनि खे compete करे सघूं था, उन्हनि खे face करे सघूं था. So what do I mean by this is that I would suggest कि जेके बि तव्हांजी fields आहिनि, medical थी, engineering थी, chemical engineering थी, जेका बि आहे, get good at it, get best at it. ऐं पोइ जेके बि robotic जो fields आहिनि, you guys will be the first one to be picked up in those fields. Of course, it creates, again, if you guys are looking into opening a business to do with the robotic engineering part of it, growth vadeti, job create making a difference in the society, in the community, as well as throughout the world. Independence vadeti, it provides you flexibility, ease of work, and you have control of your own schedule as well. Financial reward system वो भी आहे त तव्हां वो benefit ॾेई सघो था पंहिंजे staff members खे, to give them a better atmosphere at work, so they can be even more motivated to work with you, to stick with you. So that's another problem as a entrepreneur business. The खोले छॾियो, employees भी आहिनि, but employee turnover is another biggest issue that everybody faces in that industry specifically. Specialized माण्हू कोन हूंदा आहिनि, ऐं अगरि तव्हां वटि good financial rewarding system न आहे, then it is another issue that all the business owners faces, entrepreneur or not. So as an entrepreneur, again, is you guys have a specialized idea and you don't want to miss, you don't want to lose those staff. So you have to create a good financial rewarding system for them as well. Personal growth, if you are entrepreneur, you have to continuously and be involved in a research work, be involved in bringing up your skills so you can compete the level, because जेको बि असांजी technology आहे, IT आहे, it is drastically changing every single day. You will hear new languages are coming up, new things are coming up, new technology is coming up. So in order to face those, you have to be on top of the curve. So personal growth is enormous. And international investors, I would suggest कि जेके भी असांजा entrepreneur आहिनि, if you guys have any business idea, you're ready to take a risk, then look into international investors as well for your ideas. Reach out, like तव्हांजो जेको engineering technology center आहे Sindh University में, I'm sure a lot of people can connect, or professional can connect through them as well, to provide you guys some kind of funding so you can start if you have a better idea, you can start this new business. New startup chilai international investors are the best ones as well because they are ready to take risk in your ideas compared to local investors or banks or whatever you can think of. So I would suggest that they bring the expertise with them as well, they bring the knowledge with them as well, and they are ready to take risk with you. So international investors would be another key point to have any startup. There are always some challenges when we are competing or doing any kind of business or becoming entrepreneur. And what are some of the challenges as a woman, I would say? Biggest challenge, as I mentioned, is perception. Perception cha matlab यो हूंदो कि business मर्द भाई उहे वधीक करे सघनि था compared to women's, and I need some support. Honestly, in Hyderabad, I have seen a couple of ladies who have their own schools, their own stuff going on the side, and they're doing amazing job as well. Maybe on a small scale, but they are working. So that perception, please take it out. You as a woman can definitely be entrepreneurs as well and successful business women in the field of robotics or in the field of anything that you can pick. And mindset, हिकिड़ो mindset हूंदो आहे कि न असां अकेला नथा करे सघूं या असांखे केरु मदद करण वारो हुजे. Take that out as well. That is a wrong mindset. You can do it. You need just yourself to be motivated, trust yourself, and get on with your idea, and you will be the successful of all. Self pityness. हिकु त असां वटि सिंधियुनि में I would not say Sindhi, but entire Sindh I will say. भले कहिड़ी बि तव्हां ethnicity पकड़े सघो था. Self pityness means, oh my God, he disaster थी वियो, हू थी वियो. We won't be able to do it. We won't be able to go out. Don't do that. Trust yourself. Look into the ideas. Don't give up. Or even as a woman, I'm a mother of 3 children. And of course, I have a responsibility as well of the household. I never said that I can't do my job that I do, Kids Robotic Academy. I work around, my schedule is work around my kids. My business comes after my kids. Of course, my first priority is my kids. So instead of saying that I can't do it because I have kids, I can say I can do it because now I have kids. I have more responsibilities. I can be even more responsible, more organized to make sure my kids see me successful. Jetro parents successful hunda, your children will go after you. You are improving, you are working hard for your next generation. So be inspiring. Self-pityness challenge has to be out of your mindset. That is like a poison. Social pressure. Yes, there will always be a social pressure. Like people will say to you guys, asanke toke he skills ahen, but I don't think that will work because there is a lot of competition. फलाणो माण्हू इलाही सुठो कमु पियो करे, फलाणी छोकिरी इलाही सुठो कमु पई करे. I don't think you can do it. Take all of those out. Social pressure will always be there, and that will be challenging. Make sure you have a strategy how to answer. Or if you don't want to answer, just show them how good you are and prove them with your success. Social pressure, do not let that have on your mind. So that would be another challenge that you have to prepare, maybe strategize how to face those. Skill limitation. असां चवंदा आहियूं त असां ही पढ़ी वरितो, ही skill आहे असां वटि. We don't want to improve anymore. We are the best in the world. So stop doing that as well. Please continue. Evolve yourself. Evolvement is high important. Involvement na. Evolvement means time सां वक्त सां पंहिंजा skills खे वधायो. ऐं पंहिंजी शयुनि खे पंहिंजी जेके बि skills आहिनि, knowledge आहे, get involved in the community. I would suggest that if ma agar successful business entrepreneur aaya robotics mein, why? Because I really dedicate my time and my life for giving back to the community as well. I go and teach the areas where people cannot afford robotics. America mein bhi ye sab cheezein exist karan thiyun, Pakistan mein karan thiyun. So go outside and help people. And with that, you will be motivated to improve your skills. Like I said, कि robotic competition में judge kan diya all the way to the world championship. I've been trainer, I've been judge for about 6 to 7 states in US. Ye sab cheezein choti kya? Of course, those are volunteer positions. How do we do it? Because I want to make sure that my skills are not limited I'm increasing, I'm running with those kids as the technology is adopted, because this is how you learn. Without going to schools or any certification, constantly evolving, constantly checking what are the new technologies coming up, and kids are adopting. That is what I see, and that's how I improve my skills, and it stopped that limitation in me as well. Okay. Characteristics of a successful woman. Well, that is my very favorite part because in में ही खबर पवे थी that what can we do to make sure that we can be a successful women is by flexible. अगर तव्हांखे कोई क्रिटिसिज्म ॾे थो, अगर तव्हांखे कुछ माण्हुनि जो अंदाज़ ई हूंदो आहे, मेंटोर्स हूंदा आहिनि असांजा, कुछ सीनियर्स आहिनि, उन्हनि जो तरीक़ो ई इहो हूंदो आहे कि maybe they come out harsh, but don't take them harshly. If you know that that person is talking to you in your benefit to teach you something, take that criticism. Be flexible around them, be flexible with them. And be flexible with your subordinates too, with your colleagues, and make a strategy to be flexible. Learn from others. Why I learned, honestly, when my mentor, one of the mentors that I mentioned, Ghulam Nabi Morai, when he comes to America, I really take 2 months vacation and I sit with him. I hear his stories, how he handled, how he entirely two different work ethics, entirely two different worlds we belong to. But guess what? Entrepreneurship, business is all the same. Handling, people handling, all the same. Listen to those people who are successful in their businesses, and believe me, you learn how to handle people. You learn how to harvest the good things from your business. So learn from others, rather than criticizing. Oh, I wish you would have done this. Well, they already did it, and that's their experience. You should take their experiences and don't repeat those mistakes. Deliver qualities like जेको बि तव्हां कयो था, make sure you are not compromising on the quality. असां वटि इहो बि आहे कि असां trust कंदा आहियूं त फलाणो माण्हू असांजो कमु करे वठंदो. Make sure you are checking on every point of your business. जीअं तव्हांजे अखियुनि मां गुज़रे थो, because you are the one providing the quality and you're responsible for it. Even as a मुंहिंजी Kids Robotic Academy आहे, Kids Robotic Foundation आहे, we go out and we provide, like I said, we do a lot of events as well. I just did a big event. I'm hosting another robotic event this Saturday as well, which will be attended people. And unan shayun mein the quality delivery is extremely important. In and out, of course, you have volunteer and they will work with you. The staff will work with you, but you need to make sure the quality is maintained. Find a mentor. जेका बि तव्हांजी फील्ड आहे या फील्ड आहे, if you click and connect with some of the mentors, connect with them, discuss your small to big things. Okay, how to do this, what is your suggestion, what would you have done in this situation? And it's no shame to ask any question from them. Believe me, if they are a true mentor, they will tell you their way. Instead of asking them, ask them, how would you have handled the situation? And let's see how they handle it. Then try to then flexibly improvise it and put it on your business as well, because of course your way of working is different than everybody else. Be ambitious. You need to know what you're doing. You set your goals, you set your tone, and you go based off of that. Stay updated. जीअं असांजे market में आहे, for example, like when I started Robotics Academy, it's been 10 years. उन 10 सालन में I had only one robotic company, which was providing the education to those young kids as education. Robotics in America is still considered as a luxury rather than educational. So that was a big curve that we had to fight. And no, it is educational as well. So in that time, what we were doing, we have about 200 robotic companies have popped up. Can you imagine how am I on top of the curve, still top in the US, entire US? Because I am updated to every single ins and out के market में कहिड़ी शइ हले थी, कहिड़ी involvement आयूं आहिनि, कहिड़ियूं नयूं टेक्नोलॉजी जेके अडॉप्ट थियूं आहिनि, जेके असां ॿारनि खे सेखारे सघूं था, adults खे train करे सघूं था, veterans खे train करे सघूं था, so they can get the jobs in their different sectors of the world. So you you have to keep yourself updated so you can be on top of the curve. Give yourself creative space. Give yourself a creative space is absolutely important. That means you sit down one time, you go over entire strategy, and you might have to tweak, you might have to add, you might have to. Do not think of a cookie cutter. Think mahi bus system try chadiyo, think hand over kandam or take care kanda. It doesn't work that way. You have to be on top of the thing and give yourself a creative space so you're constantly improvising and improving your company. Stay organized. That's the biggest thing as well. Stay organized. That's the biggest concern that everybody have. Why they fail because they are not organized. They're not. They make promises. They don't show up. They make promises. They are not presentable. They make promises, but they are unable to deliver the quality. So those are the things will happen if you stay organized on your task. टेक रिस्क ऑफ कोर्स हर शइ में रिस्क टेकिंग हूंदो आहे जी मां तव्हांखे चयो त मुंहिंजे बिज़नेस में पर्टिकुलरली robotic business में risk was के whether people will accept or not, whether they will be whether it will ever be considered que robotics can be educational as well, or it can always will stay as a luxury. Believe me, I took a risk and is successful because quality is there, because I have mentors, I have ambitions, and I proved that it can change kids' life and people's life. And we change a kids' routes as well, college education route. जेके ॿार न पिया सम्झी सघनि त असां पढ़ी सघूं था या वधी सघूं था, असां बि रोबोटिक्स करे सघूं था, कॉम्पिटिशन्स में वञी सघूं था. It really changed people's life. That is how you prove record and show that your business is successful because risk taking is everywhere. Okay. Reward system again तव्हांजे जेको एटमॉस्फेयर ठाहियो था पंहिंजी इंडस्ट्री में, पंहिंजे ऑफिस में, पंहिंजी जॻह ते, पंहिंजे आसपास माण्हुनि सां, that has to be rewarding. It could be anything. Reward is not only money. Reward could be motivation as well. Reward could be a small tiny gift, a gesture. Those all are rewarding. Rewarding could be that you have done a great job and here you go. I would like to acknowledge you, or I will write your name on the certificate. Or, for example, at Kids Robotic Academy, I was given a humanoid, like a 6 feet tall human robot recently by one of the veteran. And what did I do in saying thank you to them? I have dedicated a whole summer camp special for that 3D printed robot. Moves, talks, and it's just like, you know, you can think of any humanoid robot. It really works. Unan Manu Nale, his name is James Cayley, and I have dedicated a whole summer camp for his particular robot as well. So rewarding system, because that's a rewarding. If somebody tells me, Dee, you have done a great job in robotics, that's rewarding to me. If I have done something today and if someone tells me your speech was good, that's rewarding to me, inspiring to me. Okay, challenge yourself with new activities, new things, and try and see above and beyond. If you guys are not programmer, if you're IT जे हिसाब सां ॻाल्हाईंदसि छो जे my background is that I'm master's in information technology, and I also have international business degree from University of Greenwich, London. So इहे सभु जेके बि आहिनि, challenge yourself to go a different way and see what you can do. Try sometime to see out of the box. Maybe that is not your field. Maybe your passion lies somewhere else. Challenge yourself. Find your passion and see what you're good at. अगर मुंहिंजो जेको बि expertise आहिनि उहो IT में आहिनि, I challenge myself to see if I can be better in some other field as well. So challenge yourself and see how you can incorporate IT in that field. So that's how I've been a web developer, designer as a freelancer. Beside my companies, I do it as fun. That is my most creative time. I enjoy doing it. So how do I challenge myself? Well, I can be, I'm now looking into helping the investors and the brokers in America, and I will be creating some solutions for them. Those will be robotic and IT solutions, but I need to challenge myself to learn that first. So that's how you guys can do it as well. Find your passion, like I said, and trust yourself. Trust yourself that you can do it. Do it in a very organized manner. You will be perfectly fine. Surround yourself with the hardworking people. Please, I will say, अगर तव्हांजे अॻियां पुठियां कुछ माण्हू आहिनि जेके एतिरो कम न मतलब they don't give importance to the hard work, then it will drain you. So surround yourself with the people who are working hard, who believe in working, who are go-getters. Learn your target audience, and as an entrepreneur, successful women entrepreneur, that's the biggest thing. Of course, marketing strategies and all of that. Learn your target audience at the kede audience ke target kayo tha, and apply all of these other characteristics to be successful entrepreneur women. Another, my most important element that I will emphasize is keep innovating. Do not stop yourself, and keep inspiring. I will share with you that Elon Musk, he's a co-founder of the electronic payment firm PayPal jo ahe owner, and in 2002 he founded SpaceX, where he started creating rockets and selling the rockets to the spacecraft. He's also a major early founder for Tesla. But you know, the Tesla is another electrical car, and highly appreciated in the world of Asian communities, because it's safe, it saves gas, and it is also environmentally friendly, which is another part that you can think of, and it is also a robotic sector as well. How to reduce CO2, and how can we do it with the robotically? So if I get another chance, I'll share the researches with you that my kids have conducted in Kids Robotic Academy, and we have got few patents on their products as well. So those are successful business ideas as well. But just saying that, keep innovating. Don't stop yourself. And like Elon Musk, he's also chief executive officer in 2008. He's purchased a social media, Twitter, in 2022. So there you go. He never stops. These are entirely two different things, but he's constantly challenging himself and evolving, and keep innovating. Another thing, keep inspiring. Find a platform where you can share your ideas, your success stories, and keep inspiring. You never know who you touch in your life, and they can turn out to be a gold, and that reward goes to you automatically. And honestly, another big thing is stay active. You have to think about yourself. You need to work out. You need to take breaks. Aside your question on the workout, well, there are lots of ways, and take breaks. Take mental breaks. Enjoy with your family. Enjoy with your kids. Enjoy with your siblings. Don't just run after making money, or because you will burn out, you will drain yourself, and that's not going to be good for you or your business. So that's all I have. So I would say thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for listening to me. I really appreciate you all. And if you guys have any questions in the audience, I'm happy to take questions. Yeah, definitely. All right. Thank you. Take care.
Okay, thank you very much. That was Madam Daraksha from USA. Now we move on to the next session, which is paper presentation. And for that, we have a paper presentation by Dr. Imran Ujjan. बस इतना ही है नहीं ठीक है The paper presentation and chair hi bacha zarurat nahi, theek hai, okay. Okay, the session chair for the paper is Dr. Tania Mushtaq and Dr. Shazia Abbasi. The session secretary is Dr. Nazish Bashir, Madam Nazish Bashir. Okay, so
Okay, respected guest, participant, faculty members and students, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nadish Basir and I'm working as an assistant professor in Department of IT in Faculty of Engineering Technology. Now we are going to start our paper presentation session. The session chairs, I would like to introduce the session chairs. Our first session chair is Dr. Shazia Abbasi. She is assistant professor in Department of Telecommunication. She has a PhD in wireless communication and has been working here since 23 years. So she has a research and teaching experience of 23 years. Our second session chair is Dr. Tania Mushtaq. She is from the Department of Business Administration. She has a PhD in Business Administration from the Roskilde University, Denmark. And she has a working and teaching experience and research experience of 20 years. So before wasting any time, I would like to call Dr. Imran Ujjan. He will be presenting his paper titled Women Entrepreneurs in Malaysia. His co-author is Dr. Afa Bhutto, and they both belong to Department of Information Technology, Faculty of Engineering Technology.
Yes, today my topic is the women entrepreneurship in Malaysia. My co-author is Dr. Afa Bhutto and Ms. Dr. Noor Afzan Pintisala. We are working together in the same lab, same research unit when we are there in the Malaysia and during my master's and PhD. So, next. Now, the purpose of our study is to identify the main important determinants of business success for a female entrepreneurship in Malaysia. A question arises, was said to the male for people to fill out their own time and avail their answers to the researchers. So I show some pictures, link some pictures of in the different areas. There are women in Malaysia are working as an entrepreneurship. In different areas, they are working as an entrepreneurship in Malaysia. Okay, thank you. And then go to my next. This one. Yeah, this one. This is a women entrepreneurship association. They make it association in Malaysia. They are work for the women entrepreneurship there. Okay, go there. Go back to slides. Yes, next. So in the introduction, our women entrepreneurship are now major players in the business world. It encouraging to see women starting business, even if the numbers are still small compared to business owned by men. This shows that women are wide variety of reproductive roles, including children and housework, but they can also find financial success by providing other career paths. So as the time has gone on, more and more people have come to recognize the value that women business owners add to the economy, despite the given. Thank you. So now, what is this? Since society now that women is juggling multiple roles at home and in a workplace, both. So women are viewed as a strong and capable individuals. Additionally, doing business with a woman is no longer seen as unusual. Women in Malaysia have helped the country's economy grow and weather downturns. Next one. So this is also one example. A growing number of Malaysian women are attending university, yet they still make up a relatively tiny fraction of the country's business owners. According to the Department of Statistics in Malaysia and the Malaysian Labor Force report, out of the total working female population in 2018 is 27.5% were paid employees, 11.7% were owned account, account workers, and 9.6% were unpaid family workers. So employers made up only 1.2% of the population, whereas men were more likely to be classified as self-employed, independent contractors, or business owners, while also having a similar share of the workforce in the latter category. Women account for half of Malaysian labor force, yet only 1 in 8 female entrepreneurs in the country is female owned, according to recent research. They are in Malaysia, Madam they are they seen that more females are working in the shops, in the business, as compared to the males. Yes. So, research methodology, how we conduct our research. Results from a male survey sent on to the female business owners in 2,000 Malaysian states, Malacca and Johor, in December 2020. There were 500 female business owners in the sample frame, and 199 of them, or 39.8% respondent. 5 samples were removed from in this study due to insufficient data in at least two areas of the replies, reducing the final sample size is to 124. Multiple regression analysis and other sophisticated statistical methods were feasible with this quantity of samples. The first step is making the measure used in this study was to look at the relevant research. All of the variables were measured with scales that had more than one item. Some of these scales came from previous research. We tried to be consistent by using scales that had been made and tested in previous research when we could. The test was made in English using the scales that were already out there in the literature. It was then translated into Bhasa Malaysia and used. To make sure that the translation was correct, a back transition was done. It looked for any differences or possible mistakes. So results in discussion. And this survey found that 53% of respondents were between the age of 45 and 40, which is in the line with the finding of Quran and Quran 207. These characteristics were validated as well as Heston, Paris, and others, which provide additional support of the fact that our sample is typical of the population. In addition, the vast majority of respondents were married, 75.3%, with only 24.7% of them being single and never having been married. The majority of respondents are Malay, according to the data, 46.4%, followed by Indians, 25.6%, and then Chinese, 23.7%. Although 82.4% of the respondents has had a previous work experience before beginning their own organizations, just 17.5% of respondents consider their present firm to be their first job. The vast majority of respondents, 91.8%, started their business from scratch, while the only 8.2% took over an already established family enterprise. According to the information provided by respondents, the overwhelming majority, 69%, makes use of a bank loans. Only 2.1% of those surveyed has bank taken out loans through personal connections such as relative or family. 3/5 of the respondents have been in business for between 2 and 5 years, while another third have been corporational for between 5 and 10 years. So I will conclude this topic over the years, women have become much more likely to start their own business. Yeah. And other researchers, some researchers work in just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to trying to figure out what this means. Even though most of the research that has been done on women entrepreneurship in the past has been more about the problems they face. It is a good foundation for the research. The absence of female entrepreneurs in the past was due not to lack of interest, but rather a dearth of possibilities according to studies. The results showed that many of the respondents who went into self-employment felt they were not provided adequate opportunity in their previous positions. Researchers in the United Kingdom found that the gender gap amongst startup founders was narrowing. This could be because of the many new doors that are opening up around the world for women company owners to enter. This is supported by the findings of our other research which show that women on roughly 33% of business with fewer than 500 employees and start business at nearly double the state of the mean. Last but not least, this research was conducted using the country derived from the finding of an earlier investigation. According to the result of a multiple regression study, women business owners in Malaysia can thank their success mostly to their own intrinsic drive and the encouragement they receive from the families and friends. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. The house is open for questions and answers if you have any.
Yes.
Yes, I'm Dr. Tanya Mushtaq, Dr. Imran. It was really a good presentation and a very informative presentation. But I have some suggestion for your paper if you really want to publish your paper in international level. So what I missed from your slides, the first thing that in the introduction, I missed number of the references in your introduction session, and I missed a literature review. And also what I found from your slide that you had add a very old references and citations. So that's really important for the publication and your paper and your research, because it's 2023 and you added 1987 or 2006 or 2000. So you have to add some latest literature in your slides. And then the research method. What I understanding with the research method, I think you are using a quantitative research method. So before going to the results, you have to add what is the quantitative research and what kind of the types of the quantitative research. And can you explain me how you analyze your data?
Yes. Oh, because here I have only 10 minutes to present. So that's why I make it short. In literature review and in my research paper, all of things are there. And in literature review, I have a 2020, till 2020, I have references. But the Vishant said, sir, only 10 minutes. So that's why I make it short.
Yes. Okay, so you will put the...
Yeah, already in my paper.
Yes, and then also you have to put the technical tools, then how you analyze your results.
This is missing. This is missing. I will take you.
And the conclusion, and again, you put the old literature. So if I distribute the findings and conclusion. So first you have to put the findings, and based on the finding you have to conclude your data, and then you have to give the future recommendation for the future researcher. So these are some of my simple suggestions. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Imran for wonderful presentation. Now we are moving toward our second paper presentation, which is by Alicia Rana. And the title of presentation is Digital Psychologists Analyzing Mental Health in Pakistani Women. Co-authors are Zoeba Zaman and Dr. Dilnawaz Hakro and Mariam Hamid Hussain Tariq Channa. So please, Alicia Rana, come and present your presentation.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Raiba Zaman, and today I'm here to present our research work on digital psychologists analyzing mental health of Pakistani women. Team members are Alicia Rana, Raiba Zaman, Dr. Dilnawaz Hakro, Mariam Hamid, Hussain Tariq Channa. Abstract. So, firstly, I would like to say that like in Pakistan, it is what we found is the mental health. We analyzed our surrounding, then we found that there is many women who have been silently fighting with their mental illness, like stress, anxiety, and depression. And these issues are not under consideration, and this should be under consideration, or else it will increase in further in future. So we contacted with psychologists of different areas and different cities. So we contacted them, and they guide us how to do this. We asked them if it is possible to digitalize clinical psychologists into digital psychologists. Is this possible? So then they refer us a scale that is known as DAS-21 scale, and we use that scale. It has 7 questions for each: stress, and anxiety, and depression. So we used DAS-21 scale, and then collected the data set from all over Pakistan. Women of all over Pakistan contributed in our data collection. Then we collected the data and tested different models like SVM, decision tree, and KNN model for the data set. And we had accuracy level of KNN much higher than others. It was accuracy of 95.7, 88, and 88.9 for stress, depression, and anxiety respectively. Moving toward background. What we did, how we did, why we did. As I have mentioned earlier, that we analyze our surroundings and we find out that suicidal rates and are increasing continuously, and the people, most importantly women, they are silently dealing with this mental health because of many issues. It can be occur, like the COVID-19 pandemic, harassment cases. These not only impact on the victim, but indirectly it also impact on other women. So they all are contributing in mental illness, and it was increasing. As in Pakistan, the rates of harassment rates and these all rates are continuously increasing. So there were many women, working, non-working. They had different factors of being fighting with mental illness. So we, because of that reason, and not availability of psychiatric treatment, or even in there are psychiatrists in major cities of Pakistan like Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad. But what about the people who are living in rural areas or backward areas? They are human also. They should be treated same. So our aim was to digitalize the clinical psychologists using artificial intelligence. So we did this, and according to surveys, many surveys had been done on psychology, and there are millions of people in Pakistan, and according to WHO, there are total 30 million people who have been fighting with mental illness. So this should be under consideration of coming to introduction. What is digital psychologist? Digital psychologist is an AI-based models to analyze your level of stress, anxiety, and depression. And also, we have used DAS-21 scale. It has 5 different levels of mental health, like normal, moderate, mild, severe, and extremely severe. We have focused on moderate level because this is the level that can be treated by psychologists. At the other level, like severe and extremely severe, these levels are treated by medications, and it will be treated by psychiatrists. So we analyze the level of mental health and also provide suggestions to overcome the level of current conditions. Now, coming up to literature review, there are many work done on the psychology. mental health, but in different areas and different domains. Like someone is oriented to a region, like IT staff member, someone have used like DAS 21 scale have been used for different purpose, or many of the people have just analyzed only stress for this. Someone analyze only anxiety. So we move forward. And someone have used like DAS 42 scale for analyzing stress. Our research gap, the research gap, what we did and how we did the analyzing all the works. We have then decided to work on stress, anxiety, as well as depression levels. And also there was a gap, there was no suggestions how to overcome your current conditions. They were just analyzing your level. So we filled that gap. We also provided suggestions how to overcome your current condition. These are the examples of data set that have been collected. Move forward. Then coming up to data analysis, this is categorical range of stress. The stress, anxiety, depression we have done on them. There is categorical range of data set, like they is showing the range of categories, that how many peoples were in normal range, how many were in extreme range. It has been like 40 to 35% of 35. These were the data sets that were analyzed as extremely severe. This is same for like we have done same for anxiety and depression. And now coming up to count plot of the graphs, and like it is anxiety, and just showing that how many people that have been concluded and participated in data collection. There were many of them were having extremely severe medical condition, mental health condition for anxiety. They were having they were on extreme levels. Same for depression and stress. We have done these analysis, analyzing the count plot, like normal, moderate, this. Move forward. This is the pie chart showing how percentages of people who have participated have how much people are in moderate level of anxiety, how many people are in normal range, and how many people are severe, moderate, and mild range. This was analysis for our model. For this is same as for stress. We have analyzed like how many percentage of people were in normal, moderate, mild, severe, and extreme severe. And same we have done for depression. This is confusion matrix. It is used to analyze the accuracy of your classification models. So for stress, confusion matrix is this. Like there were totally six, in testing data set, there were totally 6 data set, and it was 4 was collected, predicted as true predicted, and other one was false predicted. The same we have done for depression and anxiety, confusion matrices. Comparing the accuracies, these are collectively showing the accuracies of our model for stress, anxiety, and depression. Showing the accuracies like we have stress on 95.7%, depression is 88.9, and 88 for anxiety. This is the model output. We have trained model, selected model, then train it, then we have check model if it is working or not. We have given the input to the data set, and it is calculating after the model we have trained. It is then predicting your level as well as providing your suggestions. Like the upper input is for normal range, have fun, you're normal. Another input that we have taken, it was a scale related question. So it was fill according to the scale. Input is given, then it is predicting that you are moderate level. Also, it is providing suggestions how to overcome your this condition. As suggestions are normal, like you have to balance your diet, you have to what you should avoid in your diet, what routines you should avoid, what routine you should do. These type of suggestions is provided by our model. Results. All over Pakistan, there were 366 governments who contributed in our data collections. And then we, using DAS 21 scale and machine learning models, KNN, and multiple classifier output, we use that. And it has accuracy of 95.7, 89.8, and 88 for stress and depression and anxiety respectively. And we also provided suggestions how to overcome. Concluding our whole work, what we have done was, our main goal was to provide a system, or was to just simply mimic the clinical psychologists into digital psychology. And alhamdulillah, we did this. We using with the help of psychologists, we created used a scale DAS 21, and according to this, how they take the data and how they process the data, we train our model to process exactly same how psychologists are processing data. You should also process the data as same. So it is processing the data and also providing you suggestions how to overcome your data. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Wonderful presentation. The house is open for question answer if anyone has. No? Okay, so now we are, okay. बेटा
हेलो हाँ सही बेटा बहुत अच्छा आपका काम है और जेन्युइन पीस ऑफ वर्क लग रहा है और बस एक छोटा सा सवाल है और वो ये है कि आपका अभी जो मॉडल टेस्टिंग किया है आपने 95.71 उसमें एक्यूरेसी रेट आया है तो आप क्या समझती हैं आपके जहन में कुछ ऐसा है कि हम इसको किस तरह से इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं क्योंकि आपने भी लिटरेचर रिव्यू किया होगा बहुत सारे आर्टिकल्स पढ़े होंगे आपने देखा होगा कि बहुत सारे ऐसे एल्गोरिथम्स हैं जो 99% एक्यूरेसी लेवल पर भी पहुंच गए हैं आप समझती हैं कोई इसमें लिमिटेशन या कोई चीज़ रह गई हो जिसको आप नेक्स्ट टाइम ऐड कर लें
Ma'am, actually we have collected data of local people, of Pakistani women. These all are data of original Pakistani women. तो जितना data set हमारा increase होगा उतनी accuracy increase होगी. हम इसको और spread करेंगे for data collection. फिर हमें और data मिलेगा, data increase होगा, हमारी accuracy भी increase हो जाएगी. हमारा मॉडल और AI का तो एक और फ़ायदा है कि वो continuously खुद लर्न कर रहा होता है प्रीवियस डेटा सेट से और प्रीवियस एनालिसिस से वो continuously लर्न कर रहा होता है कि हमने पहले ये आउटपुट दिया है, अब हमें ये जो है ये ट्रेन किया गया है कि इतने अगर रेंज आ रही है तो इस पर हमें माइल्ड देना है या मॉडरेट लेना है, हमने पिछले पे ऐसा किया अब हमें आगे पे ऐसा करना है. तो वो कंटिन्यूसली खुद लर्न भी कर रहा होता है और हमें अगर डेटा और मिल जाता है तो हम इसको और डेटा देंगे और एक्यूरेसी इंक्रीज हो जाएगी इसकी.
सही यानी कि कंक्लूजन ये है आपका कि ये जो एक्यूरेसी लेवल है ये डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है आपकी सैंपल साइज पे इफ़ इट विल बी इम्प्रूव तो एक्यूरेसी बढ़ जाएगी ये आपका कंक्लूजन है. चलें ठीक गुड.
Raiba, it was really a wonderful presentation, but always the space for the improvement. And these suggestions are really productive for your paper and your presentation and your also the research. In whole presentation, again, I missed a number of you add very wonderful literature, but without the reference.
Ma'am, references are present.
Citation नहीं है किसी भी statement में. If you open up your introduction, if you open up your literature review, तो उसमें कोई reference नहीं दिया गया है कि reference क्या है. Citation जिसको हम कहते हैं, आपने referencing list दी है मगर cite नहीं दिया गया है कि what is the source. If we talk about the models and your method is still not explained in your PPT slide. Yes, and also you do not explain which area you are covering in your research, rural or urban or male or female. So ye cheez you have to put in your method session.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the conclusion you have to improve and increase your conclusion in the bullet points. So that's really good for your, it means you have to aid in model and then according to the model result, then you have to aid the conclusion according to the particular model.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay? So thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sorry, due to the time limitation, now we would like to close our presentation session with a vote of thanks to session chairs Dr. Shazia Abbasi and Dr. Tania Mushtaq and all the guest participants, faculty members and students. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Madam Nazish. Now, before we close the session officially for lunch break, the last part is give token of appreciation to our presenters and our session chairs. So for that, first of all, I would like to request Professor Dr. Lakshman Das to kindly come on the stage to distribute token of appreciation. And I would request Dr. Kamran Taj, Chairman Software, sir, please also you accompany us on the stage. First of all, I will request Dr. Tania Mushtaq to come forward and receive her token of appreciation. Now I would request Ms. Shazi Abbasi to kindly come, the session chair for the event also, to receive her award. Now I would request Madam Nazish to also come forward and receive her. Also, we would like to present the certificate of appreciation to the presenters. So first I would request Dr. Imran Ujjan to come forward and receive his certificate. Now I would request Ms. Rawaiba and Alicia to come forward and receive their certificates. अच्छो अच्छो बच्चा मैं वही तो सही चलें. Thank you very much, Bacha. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So nice of you. Now we officially suspend the session for our namaz and lunch break. So thank you, everybody. And we will be returning after 40 minutes for after the lunch and namaz break. So please do join us.